I don't know. This has never crossed my mind.
So you're not watching my doc?
Who knows? I mean, I thought those days were over of like
Sex?
UTIs. Sex or UTIs.
Well,
It's hard to
depends.
listen to Eddie anymore because in 2 weeks he's gonna be like, yo, that was Cap. Like he's like, oh, I was just fucking around. Like, what are you, stupid? You know what I mean? It's hard to. I'm like, I don't even know it. Now he's sleeping in the bed.
Not today, pal. Not today.
Hey, Emily.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm warning everyone now. I might be a little more sour than normal because I haven't had anything sweet, no sugar for like 5 days because my diet's just been out of control, and I'm not happy about it.
You cranky pants.
I'm a little cranky. I'm a little on edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little on because.
Oh.
So I went to New York for like 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Then I came back and I was like, oh, I'll figure out time to, diet or whatever. And then my brother came, and then
You
Cassim
can't go
came,
off sugar
and
when
then-
you're hosting.
Yeah, you can.
You
can.
You
And also,
can't.
even just like these sushi places, they put like sugar in the rice. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah, that's how they make like good.
You count that as sugar?
It's sugar.
But like when you're off sugar, you'll be like, oh, there's sugar in my sushi rice.
Oh hell yeah! I do no sugar when I'm like really doing it. Like I've done.
No
in the
one's
last,
making you do this. Why are you doing this?
because I feel like shit when I'm not doing it. When I'm not doing it, I'm like I look in the mirror in the morning and I'm like, ugh.
shitty? Like, is it that shitty?
Yeah, because I know.
Because I eat healthy, but I eat sugar, and like I'm sure I could feel a little better, but it's like it's not that shitty.
But that's how I feel about eating stuff like maybe unhealthy, like regular foods. It's like, okay, this is just a little difference, but I'll
Okay.
do it because it's so good or whatever. Where with
Right.
sugar, like I know what it's like to when I feel great and when I'm in the gym and I'm like, I feel fucking awesome and this is so, and I'm like on top, like I leave the gym and I'm like, I feel like I'm floating.
Mm-hmm.
Where when I'm eating sugar and I'm halfway through the gym, I'm like, I just want to get out. Like, what do I have to do to get out of here? You know what I mean? And then it makes me feel like someone is making me do something. Like I'm like, I just want to, I don't want to be here. And I'm
Yeah.
like, but like these last 5 days, I'm like, I feel so fucking good. But I'm just
happy for you.
mentally, I'm like, oh, I like want stuff I can't have. So you're like, ugh.
What else is sugar hidden in that I wouldn't have known about?
I mean, that's
Like,
so
what are
boring.
you
But it's like
eating?
everything.
What are you eating?
Like,
What are you eating?
if you're going through, okay, so the last 5 days,
Yeah.
all I've had is salmon, brown rice, and salad.
Why
Yeah.
is salad down?
Because that's how it is on like a plate. You know what I mean? I'm just picturing
Okay,
like a
so the
plate, even though I
salmon-
only eat out of bowls.
Is there any seasoning on this salmon?
Salt, pepper.
Oil?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not making this particular salmon.
Oh, you're
I'm
ordering it.
Yeah, from like a really
And
healthy
you're
place.
positive that there's no hidden sugars.
There's no sugar, no way. This place that I order from is like elite. Oh. You know what I mean? Like they are.
Okay.
Yeah, like they on everything they put like every ingredient. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
follow.
Yeah.
And then I make the brown rice. I make the salad. I just order the
Okay.
salmon.
Okay.
Yeah. So that
Good
when I
for
get back
you.
from the gym, bang.
So you feel amazing.
She's right. I feel amazing, but it's like there's that's something like I'm always like after I eat, as soon as I'm done eating, I'm just bummed because I'm like,
Of
I'm like,
course.
this is normally where like for 20 years it was that cigarette, and it was like, oh,
Right.
and then it became like I never had a sweet tooth before I stopped smoking cigarettes, and then it was the sweet thing, and then now I'm just like when I'm done eating, I'm like looking around the room.
You're so bored. What Cutter was telling somebody the other day that he's been to your apartment here. I have not.
Yeah.
And he's like, Rob has one bowl, one fork, one pan.
Well, I
Like-
have 2 bowls because Christina P got me one for Christmas.
Oh, she did. Is
Yeah,
it a
yeah.
nice bowl?
It has a big bowl. It's a nice
It's a
bowl.
big bowl.
Yeah. It's a nice big bowl.
Do you feel excessive that you have 2 bowls?
So when Cassim came to my apartment, he said,
You had a bowl for him.
yeah, but also he said, we didn't eat in my apartment, but he said, it looks like one of Jason Bourne's like fake apartments. You know what I mean? Because you just walk in and there's like the sink, a couch, and a TV on the wall and
That's it.
nothing else.
Minimalist, Rob.
That's how I roll. That's
If
how I
you
feel
were
good.
able, if you really would just sell out, you would have a phenomenal reality show.
You know, Cassim got me something for my birthday, and it was in like this little case, And as soon as I took it out, like I'm like, oh, okay. And then I looked at him, I'm like, can I throw this thing away or do I need it? He's like, listen, I know you don't like to hold on to things, so just throw it away. Like that was my first thought of like, okay, what do I do with this case
Where
now?
would you put it?
Yeah, what am I? This is like a new thing in my life that I
Does
don't
my
want.
house overwhelm you when you come over? Because
Your house is the
so
best.
much shit.
No, you don't have a ton of shit.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. Compared to how I used to live like a hoarder. I grew up like, you know.
All right.
But when I was 18, my apartment was like a hoarder. Jamie, you would have cried if you walked into my
You
apartment.
never let me over.
I remember there was half a mannequin in my apartment.
Why?
I don't know.
Where'd you pick it up? Off the
because
street?
shit would just happen in my apartment and then you like move on. You know what I mean? There was never like, hey, today we're going to clean. I lived in, I moved out when I was 18 and I stayed in that apartment for a year. Never once did we clean. And so when my family helped me move and they put the dresser in next to the refrigerator in the kitchen and they were like, yeah, whenever you figure out where you want this. And I was like, okay. Year later, it was right there. It never moved. Like people would walk into my apartment.
You get some milk and your underwear at the same time?
Yeah. People would walk in my apartment and have to move around. There was like a dresser in the way. I look back now, I'm like, what was I doing?
Wild
It
times.
was just insane.
I've seen photos. You had a treadmill that became somewhat of an...
So that was my next apartment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where there's like a treadmill in the middle of the room.
With clothes on it.
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of clothes. And what I would do is because I would get fat like every 6 months and I would get on that treadmill until I lost the weight and then it would become a closet again just for clothes.
You really had your weight under control in a way that like at a young age where you could be like, I'm going to lose it. And you would lose the weight.
100%.
Every time you wanted to lose weight, you would just focus. But that's you and your personality. I've always admired that about you. You put your mind to something, you do it.
Thank you. But also you just start smoking more too. Like smoking more
there you go.
cigarettes. You know what I mean?
That'll
Like I
help.
would just be like, oh man, I'm hungry. I'll just smoke a cigarette.
Right.
And then I got so bad at one point that I had to put a timer on my phone that was 30 minutes and I wasn't allowed to smoke a cigarette in those 30 minutes. So like right when I would put a cigarette out, I would start the timer and then like come minute 20, I'd be like I'd start like being crazy. And then as soon as it was like beep, 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 I would fucking start
Wow.
smoking. And then it was just like a loop because I was just taking like nonstop Percocets and all you want are cigarettes because it's so fucking good. They're so good.
We have such different lives.
So one of the things we talked about that I don't know if we really have done on the show is verses, where we put two things against each other, and we pick
the winner?
Yeah, we pick
Okay.
which one. And I want the booth boys will chime in on stuff like this, but first,
Round one. Fight!
yeah. So verses, too hot or too cold? Would
I rather be?
What's worse? And this could be anything, life, food, like what? But really, life. Like, would you?
Too cold. Well, it's different. If it's food, I'd rather it too hot.
Let's go in life. I don't know why I said
Okay.
food. In life.
I'd rather be too cold.
Yeah. Okay. I'm different night and day. At night, I need to be cold. During the day, I don't care. So I'd rather be too hot during the day.
And too cold at night. I'd rather be too cold all day, all night.
What temperature do you sleep at?
67.
That's nice. What about the boys? I want to know temperatures in there.
That's Jamie. 67 is.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty-
Cutter. I can't
pretty
take
great.
credit.
No, yeah, it's too cold all the way. Like day, night, no matter what.
Yeah.
I'd rather be too cold.
Same.
65.
65. Well, that's nice. I'm
Strong.
66. I'm right in the
Chilly.
middle.
Strong
Any?
temps, guys.
I don't really give a shit. I'll sleep at whatever temperature. It doesn't matter to me.
AC is cap.
You're
Heat is cap, bro.
Yeah, heat is cap. AC is cap.
You can
know?
sleep
That's
at any temperature?
Fuck yeah, and I can sleep without that bougie ass fucking eye mask that Tom got too. That's crazy, man. You just sleep. If you need to sleep, just sleep.
Sure.
It's not a big
Okay, well
deal.
that's two different things.
Bro, I slept with. I mean, the thing is, I grew up in like a party house too, so it was like I used to sleep with subs banging and
Right.
fucking like I've been sleeping in the craziest scenarios.
you've-
There's nothing. that-
what a nightmare.
There's
But what
nothing
about
that could stop me from
I could sleep through anything, but getting to sleep is my problem. You never have a problem getting to sleep?
No, I did when I used to, well, there was a time I did. But,
When you used to what?
when I used to party a little more, but
Oh, okay.
not these days, nah.
When you were
If I
living with
need
the
to-
subwoofers?
That's right.
Yeah.
I literally used to sleep because I've always been in production, so bro, my sound system, we literally have like concert level subs. I mean, not anymore. Well, actually, yes, I do. But whatever. We used to have concert level subs like all throughout the house, in my bedroom, in the fucking living room, in the kitchen, fucking anywhere, just because we wanted sound everywhere, and they were all hooked up. So when they were partying and I wanted to sleep, too bad. It was
So-
like there was a
Yeah.
speaker in my room blasting in my face.
But you were
and
probably
it's
the only
like,
one who
eh.
knew how to hook it up, so I would just go unplug it.
Yeah, but I didn't want to stop the party though. I could never.
That's
do
sweet.
That.
Nice
I
guy.
could
That's
never do
a kind guy. And what about positions? What are we sleep in positions?
You would think I'm dead if you walked into
Face
my
down?
room. Face down,
Ass up?
literally like flat on the mattress, like terrible.
Boys?
You would.
Man, I feel like Jamie's my spirit animal. I sleep on my
yeah.
stomach too. Yeah.
I don't understand how y'all don't suffocate. That's crazy.
Me neither.
Turn your head to the
Yeah,
side.
head's on the side.
It's a wild move.
And you know what I've lately done is I make like an L or sometimes a U if Cutter's not there and I can have an extra pillow. But I'll make an L and I'll lay like flat with my arm on one, and then when I turn, it's like this. It's like the most graceful I am like in life, and then like I'll wake up and like shift them both
Wow.
and lay on the other side. Cutter says it's actually very pretty when I do it.
That's cute.
Yeah,
What? Wait,
because I fall asleep 4 hours before him.
right. Yeah, he's texting me at
Yes,
11 o'clock at night.
exactly.
Annie, how do you sleep? Position?
I'm on the side. I'm always a side sleeper, but that's also because I sleep on a couch. So yeah, more than less, I'm on the couch.
You've got no choice.
Yeah,
He
so
does have a choice. He
I
could
do,
sleep
yeah.
in a bed. He just chooses to sleep on the couch.
Dude, same
instead.
thing with when my apartment when I was 18. I had a couch in the living room and a bed. I never slept on the bed once. That was
What?
in the
Like
other room.
how do
Yeah.
you guys live a life like this?
Because I
mean-
was insane then, but now I sleep on my bed every night.
Yeah, I just never really got out of. I never grew out of the insanity. Yeah,
But what about your
Oh,
girl?
thank
Like,
God.
she just roughs it out with me. Yep.
God,
Aw.
what a
Maybe on the
sweet
Wow,
angel.
you really found your match.
you sleep with your girl on a couch every night?
And a lot of times she
Jesus
said, a lot of times
Christ.
she says I kick her off, so then she gotta like
Do you
go
do
to the other
sexy
side
time
of
on the couch too?
Oh my God.
Well, note
That's
to
nice.
self.
No,
Anyone
that's
comes
nice.
over, don't sit on the
Why'd
couch.
you ask me that question, man?
Couch sex is nice. I like
Yeah.
the couch sex. Yeah.
Yeah,
got
but
the
that's like a
arms.
special thing. Do you ever have sex in your bed?
Oh yeah, for
Oh,
sure. But
okay.
like what we do, we almost always started on the couch, and then like
And then it
if
moves
gets
to the
crazy,
bed.
yeah,
And then
we
you get
go
up
on the
after
bed.
and go back to the couch to go to sleep?
No, I guess to be fair, if we fucked in the bed, then yeah, we probably sleeping in the bed. Probably. Well,
It's
it
hard to
depends.
listen to Annie anymore because in 2 weeks he's gonna be like, "Yo, that was Cap." Like he's like, "Oh, I was just fucking around." Like, what are you stupid? You know what I mean? It's hard to. I'm like, I don't even know what. Now he's sleeping in the bed. So here's something I've been thinking about. If you could have a documentary on anything, whatever, you can make it or you could watch it. Or you could like,
Okay.
what's something that you're like, I want 2 hours of like a deep dive of this.
That's hard to say because I feel like I get everything I want from all my reality shows on Bravo. You know what I mean? Like give me a minute. I don't know. What's yours?
I honestly, like, you know, this isn't like a super unique take, but like, I think it's so fucking insane that in New York City, there are pizza places that are like so incredible. And on the same block, there's pizza places that are fucking disgusting. And people come walking out of those places with pizza in their hand.
Well, they don't know.
It's on the same block.
But all of them say world's best pizza. Do you know what I mean?
No,
There's
come
no
on, Jane.
differentiation.
There's pizza. There's like 7-Elevens in New York City that make like the shit pizza in the window, and people eat that. Like
Yeah.
when if you are in New York City and don't know that there's a good pizza place somewhere within 10 blocks, come on. Yeah. And what I want to do is I want to talk to the people coming out with the pizza, but then I want to go in and talk to the people who are making bad pizza in New York. Like, hey, we're going to open a store and make bad pizza when it's like one of the pizza capitals of the world making incredible pizza.
You have a lot of time on your hands.
This is what gets me going.
You have a lot of time.
This is what gets me going. It's been years. Oh my God, growing up in New York, you see people walking out with because here's the thing. Here's what I know in my head.
Okay.
I know that none of those people coming out with the shit pizza do anything else good. They don't. Their life is shit. Like if you go follow that
That's
person,
so judgy.
they're only giving me one thing. There's a place to get great pizza and there's a place to get shit pizza, and you choose the shit pizza. So what are you doing with the rest of your life?
Right.
You're making
Bad
shitty
decisions.
decisions.
You're making shitty decisions.
Yeah, which
So you want to follow the people coming out of the bad pizza places and seeing what the rest terrible decisions they make with
the rest of their life is. And then I want to go to the people from the start and went, okay, so your dream was to open a store because you love pizza. So you're like, I want to have pizza. And then you didn't realize when it came out of the oven, it sucked. Like, it's terrible. And you don't see, like, I don't understand how you can make, like,
See, I honestly, like, I feel like it's really hard to fuck up pizza.
Yeah, exactly. And there's fucking horrible
What makes
pizza
a horrible
places.
pizza place?
It's just
what's
not
a
good. The
horrible
sauce is
slice?
no good. The cheese are no good. They're not cooking it right. The fucking underneath is terrible. Like, so Dave Portnoy goes around rating pizza places all the time. Barstool.
Okay.
That's probably like my most watched thing on YouTube. I love watching Dave Portnoy go to
pizzas.
pizza places because they're like 3 minutes.
Okay.
So it's just so easy to like click and watch.
Right.
I mean, he goes to places and he's like, "This is disgusting," in New York City. And it's like, I don't understand
How
I
it's
don't understand how
happening.
anywhere, but like when you're looking across the street and you're like, man, that's that great pizza place. And then you look at this place and you go, here's a terrible pizza place. And people are still, how it stays alive.
Yeah. I don't know. This has never crossed my mind.
So you're not watching my doc?
No.
No?
You know what I just watched that I fucking loved was the Arnold Schwarzenegger doc.
Really?
Oh, it's so good. Hey, did any of you guys watch it?
No.
No. It's only 3 episodes.
Not Pumping Iron, the new
No,
Arnold
the new one.
Schwarzenegger doc.
It's
Yeah,
only
yeah.
3 episodes. The first episode is all about the bodybuilding. The second episode about his acting career, and then the third episode is about his political career, and then he also talks about him having the illegitimate son and all that stuff. And he said, he was like, as he was getting older, I became suspicious that he might be mine. Like it wasn't something he was told. Like when she was pregnant, she wasn't like, I'm having your baby. Like
Was the maid still working
yeah,
there?
she was in the staff of the home, and the kid was around all the time. And he had, he was very honest and being like, I fucked up and I made a terrible decision and I hurt my family and I hurt my children. He's like, but he's still living and like, he shouldn't feel like he shouldn't be here. So I'm going to love him.
On Earth?
Yeah, meaning like he's not going to write him off because it was a bad thing he did. Like he's showing up as a dad being like, I love him because he's my kid and like he deserves to have a dad who loves him.
Well, yeah, I think it's a shithead thing to do if you're like, oh, I fucked your mom and now I'm just going to pretend you don't exist. That's a horrible thing.
Of course. But anyway, I don't know. I've always been an Arnold fan and I'm like an even bigger fan
So
now.
if
It was
any doc you could
dope.
have, it'd be another Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary.
I'd watch a lot more episodes about Arnold. His mind is crazy. Just the way, similar to you, the way he puts his mind to things.
So what popped up on my fucking YouTube the other day was Drake getting punked. And I was like, oh, I don't remember Drake got punked. So I watch it. They recreated a fucking earthquake in a parking garage where like full on earthquake. And he thought it was real. Like
Of course he did.
a pregnant woman came running out like screaming, holding her belly. Like it was, I was watching it.
They
I was
spent
like,
so much money on that.
so much money. Like everything
that show
was
is
shaking.
The best when it was on.
It was fucking crazy. And I'm watching this. I'm like, oh my God, fucking Drake. Like, and then I remembered you got punked.
I did.
What?
I did.
I
Mine
want
was
to
lame,
know.
though.
I want to know what, like, from.
I had no idea. No idea. Like not even a moment of the evening where I was like, that's weird. Nothing. I went to a restaurant with my then husband, and he was introducing me to this guy he was going to go into business with. So I felt like special in the way that like he was like, you should put on something nice and like wear makeup because that's like normally what I don't do.
I can't believe that it worked out with you guys.
So we went to the restaurant, and I remember the waitress was like super friendly. She was like, I'm such a fan. And then we got to talking. She telling me every time she came over to the table, we would have another deep conversation. She was a single mother. She was showing me pictures of her child. Like she was so sweet. And then my husband at the time and the partner went to the bathroom, and I was sitting by myself at the table, and they had paid the check, but they said they were going to go to the bathroom and wait. And she brought the check back to me, and she was like, I am so sorry. Did I do something to offend you? Did I get too personal? And I was like, no, why? And she was like, well, your husband didn't leave me a tip. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, give it to me. I'll fill it out. And then up runs this guy that was the manager, and he's like, is she asking you for money? And I was like, no, like, I'm so glad she told us. Next thing you know, he's like screaming at her, like, this is a problem. You're fired. He's like, look at your table. It's a mess. And I'm like, well, we just ate. Like, what do you mean? Like, right. And she got her stuff. She was hysterical, crying, ran out. I was like begging the guy to like not fire her and to please not do anything. I was grateful that she told me. And then when I ran out, there were the cameras. Yeah. So mine was like lame in like punked world. Like it wasn't like, remember when Justin Timberlake thought his entire house was being repossessed? Like all of his
No.
belongings. You don't remember he was like crying in his driveway? Like they were taking all of his like guitars. Like there was all these moving boxes.
Oh man,
Yeah.
they crushed
They
people in that
crushed
show.
people.
I remember the best was like Tracy Morgan when they were like, yeah, they're towing his car or whatever, and he was like, no, you're not. Like,
Oh,
just
no
beefing.
way.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
was.
the best.
So if there was just a harsh cut
Right.
in the pod, Jamie had to go pee for the second time in 20 minutes.
Yep.
And then can you tell us why? Maybe.
I just got out of a vacation, and you know, you have a little vacation sex, and who knows? I mean, I thought those days were over of like
Sex.
UTIs, sex or UTIs.
Yeah.
But, and this is a little TMI, but you know,
You didn't get up to pee after
I
sex.
tried to keep up with my 34-year-old husband. Yes.
Is that what happened? You didn't get up to pee after sex?
Correct. I probably, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
you poor thing.
I know.
Can we get a little taste of what you're experiencing right now? Like, what's going on?
It just feels like you have to pee all the time, and it's uncomfortable, and you never know if it's like real or not. So like, I just keep excusing myself because I just need to make sure that I either if I have to pee or if it's just uncomfortable.
Oh,
Does that make
okay.
sense?
Yeah, of course. It's for some because there's sometimes
Right.
where you're like, oh, I got to poop, and then it's just a fart.
Sure.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's much like that.
That's right.
Wow.
There you go.
Thanks. That was
Now
special.
we're on to the Sopranos, right?
Yeah, so we
Great.
do Sopranos trivia, and what we're gonna do. So we're gonna show a picture of a character, and then we have to try and name that character.
Oh, this is going to be hard.
But what you're gonna do is, because there's people listening, I want you to describe what the person looks like
Okay.
who are listening, while I write down the name, and then you could say the name.
Okay.
And I'll show the name.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. No idea. We're looking at
Is that an alien?
Asian man with
Yep,
a
Jamie's right, Asian.
sweater on. He looks like he is in trouble. He maybe does drugs.
Is this the right show?
He did something maybe with Christopher? I have no idea who this is. I have no idea.
I'm gonna go with John. I've never seen this guy in my life.
Ever.
So yeah, this is someone really obscure.
Okay.
This is Carter Chong, who was in the same facility as Uncle Junior at Wyckoff Psychiatric Center, who was there for anger management issues. And as soon as Uncle June came in, he was a huge fan and kind of followed him around and kind of was like his latchkey dude.
For like one
in the psych
episode?
ward. Yep.
I don't even remember that plot.
Me neither.
I don't even remember that going on.
Me
All right,
neither.
what's the
Wow.
Sopranos regular question? We'll do. Yeah, we both
I
got
would
that.
be hard pressed to find like you'd have to be one of those crazy Soprano fans to get that one.
I don't
yeah,
think so.
But I think
Really?
this
I
guy.
saw this up. I'm like, oh, this fucking guy that was in the psych ward.
but you
with
didn't know
Uncle
his
June.
name.
Fair.
So here's the but this guy, like on the list of characters on Sopranos, going from top to bottom, this guy's probably like number 500. Maybe let's do number like 40.
Yeah, keep it in top
Like
100.
this one episode. I mean, this is one episode
was,
that
like,
yeah,
rude.
that guy. But I see you could start. You could start tough. You could start tough.
All right,
Jamie
yeah.
thinks you're rude.
Like, you know,
thought it
you
was rude.
You said prep one that's easy and or prep one that's kind of hard and one that's really hard. This one's the really hard one.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, cool. Yeah, I thought we'd start with the easy. Let's go.
We'll save the easy for the next one.
Let's do the question. Who is it? Me?
All right, so this question is completely fair to both of you.
Okay.
In season 5, who spots Vito Spatafor giving fellatio
know.
to a dude on a construction site?
All right.
yeah. Do you know his name?
Oh, I know. He. Okay, go ahead. You say it, and then I'll show.
Finn DiTrolio?
Yeah. I got it. Finn, your
Hell yeah,
boyfriend. I didn't know his
ding,
last
ding.
name.
All right, so you guys each get a point for that,
Okay.
and you guys both get 0 points for the first one.
Obviously.
Fair.
So winner takes points. You both get 0 points. Rob, you too. So everyone gets 0 points for this one.
That's not confusing. You
What?
got that right, Jamie.
Wait, what?
Dude, we hate this
We
segment
got the
anyway.
last one right.
Let's just let him do his thing. Yeah, thanks, Nadav. Cool. One winner takes 0.00 face off.
hell is this
The next thing we're gonna
system?
do is memory lane. Nadav, do you have a photo of me and the lovely Yami Lee from sometime in our past?
I sure do.
You need the kid from fucking Goodwill Hunting to figure out what the fuck Nadav just said.
His point systems. What is
Absurd.
this?
It's
It
on
sounds like
point.
something Bo would make up.
Yeah, that's her young son. One of my favorite things that I've seen from our social media comments was someone said, Rob and Nadav's friendship is adorable.
Aww.
I love that. I'm into
You know
that.
what I love that is happening in our comment section? Things about Garth Brooks.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest
That's
I've seen
Yes,
you laugh. It was when
ever.
I told you the whole thing about what
I went
YMH does
deep.
to Garth Brooks, and you were just on the couch for like 20 minutes, hysterical. Like you couldn't even say the comment that was making you laugh because you were laughing so hard.
it's so good.
It's so good. And yeah, what someone said, we were talking about this earlier. Someone said Garth killed Tony Soprano.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Oh, I still have that bag.
Oh my God, I might crush this. I might actually know
Yeah?
where this is.
Well, let's go, Rob.
This
You
would
barely
be
get any
sick.
points. Let's go.
Go ahead.
No, because here, Jamie, write it down where you think it is.
I have no idea.
Okay, I think this was at a premiere for Michael Imperioli's like movie. Like he was doing like a side movie or something, and it was a premiere for Michael Imperioli's thing.
Yeah.
Wow, Rob.
Holy
Oh.
shit. Do you know what year?
No, I'd have to go by my double chin.
2005.
No, don't give us signals because I would have guessed.
2005.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know. I think I stopped doing coke here, so maybe 23. I would be 23. So, 2008.
2009. Wow.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow,
Ooh,
you
that
got
was-
some really interesting markers that you used to figure out what year
He
it is.
did. I like
Yeah. Whenever I'm fat, it's because it was right after I stopped doing coke. That wasn't fat when I was doing.
But yeah,
coke.
this was for Michael Imperioli's directorial debut
Oh.
Yes.
for The Hungry Ghost.
So when our friend Cassim came to visit, you weren't here, which is very upsetting for all of us. We were hanging together, and I'm like, hanging with Cassim is like a 10 out of 10. Like he's just perfect. He doesn't bother
He's the best.
nobody. Like he's great. And I was sitting there going, what else is a 10 out of 10? Like what's perfect? What's perfection? And the first thing that came to my mind was, again, we're going back to the pizza place, but a rainbow ice from a pizza place in the summer. Oh, it's just it's everything. It reminds me of like my childhood, but it's perfect. Like there's nothing I would like when you're hot and you're waiting. There's like the window sometimes, and you see that sign with the ices, and you're like, oh fuck, they have ices.
Yeah.
And you go, and I would always get like the biggest one. It was like it would come in like a cup like this,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And just eat it with a spoon. It's here. Yeah. I mean that's not put rainbow ice treat. You're such a fuck. Put
Treat?
rainbow Italian ice. Rainbow ice treat.
It's
Oh
a
my
treat.
God. Yeah.
Treat is
it's
treat
ice
is a
and it's
word I don't
rainbow?
like.
No.
I don't like treat gives me heebie-jeebies.
Nadav's really pissing you off this episode.
It's just because you're off that sugar, dude. It's all right. You'll come around.
No.
No, I'm on my sugar.
Jamie. Oh, what? You gonna blame
I'm
your
very
UTI?
uncomfortable,
You
though.
fucking. You anti-woman.
what?
You
You fucking
anti-woman
I'm
motherfucker.
very uncomfortable.
That's where we came from. Nadav, respect it. Okay,
There
yeah.
it is, the red and
so
blue one.
that thing on the left, that three sectioned off area.
There it is.
Oh
There
my
it is.
God,
There it
I'm
is.
getting horny. In the top left, the first picture all the way up, that's what it comes in, like a big bucket. And then when you go, if you scroll down, that is what it looks like when it comes out. Yo, that shit is flawless. Look at that.
I liked
Oof.
what was the little paper yellow cup Italian ice is the cherry one, and then you would
You
dig
flip it.
with that. Yes, you would have the little wooden spoon, and you would flip it, and the bottom would be all like the crystallized sugar.
Let's try and guess the name. What do you think the name was?
Fratelli's,
I think it's like I think it
Fenanelli's,
starts with an
something with
S.
the Ellie's.
San Martino. I don't know. Can you do wooden
Yellow-
spoon?
Yellow paper cup ice.
You guys are back to being matchy again.
Wooden spoon, yellow paper cup. What?
Ices.
Ice. Yeah, I think you just put like the Italian ice.
No.
Go to photos. Images.
Why don't you just do like Italian ice flip over like that?
Yeah.
Like this type of thing?
No, keep scrolling. I'll let you know when to stop. Just scroll away. Okay, go back up. Forget it. Do yellow and green Italian ice. treat. Go down. Scroll. Yeah, there it is. Merinos. Yo, that shit is. We got to make a shirt. We got to make a shirt with that, but it says "Not today, pal."
I
That
love
shit is.
merinos.
That shit is just dope. And they're so good. When you flip it upside down and that sugar, it's like getting punched in the face with sugar. Because all the sugar, it melts at some point, I think, and all the sugar gets on the bottom, and it's like crystals.
That little wooden spoon, man.
Yeah.
It would suck when it would break.
Yeah.
You have to flip it.
And there would be like 1,000 of them in the ice thing.
Yep. Oh,
Those were the good old days. I can't eat fun stuff like that anymore.
You would self-destruct.
It's very sad. Yeah.
I'm sorry for you.
I don't know. When I think about stuff, even in my just life, I can't eat. You want to do one email and then we'll go?
Yep.
Go ahead, Amy. Let's go.
Okay.
Pick one. You pick one. You go off the title.
My mom's a psychopath. Was Jack?
Was
write
that from
this
Tom?
one? Was this Bo and Jack write this? Hey, Rob and Jamie. My mom is extremely emotionally unstable, and I can't even keep track of all the issues that I've had with her. Her latest move was getting wasted at my house and making all kinds of evil accusations against myself and my husband for being mean to each other and not good together in front of my 7-year-old daughter. She now wants me to understand that what triggered her was when my husband got frustrated with our boat not starting, and it took her back to her childhood of being abused by her father. What the actual fuck? That's what she wrote. I didn't say that. My question is, A, what the fuck am I supposed to do about her triggers, if anything? And B, how the hell do I deal with this woman? I know anything I say is going to make her sad, mad, hurt, etc. I am so pissed about what happened. I am not just going to let it go, and I need to find a constructive and calm way to say, you're out of your goddamn mind and everything you said was bullshit, you insane 60-year-old psychopath. Oofa. Okay.
Sounds like she needs some sugar.
Yes. Look, you're a married woman with a child. You have your own family. Boundaries have got to be firm and strong at the moment. And I feel like everyone at some point in their lives, maybe not everyone, but most people, I know myself, I went through a moment. It was probably less than a year where I like kind of didn't talk to my parents that much, which is weird because I'm very close with them. But I almost needed to like separate away from them to like have my own identity and like not give a shit about my parents' judgment or my mom's judgment and her opinions about my life. And then when I let her back in fully, I was able to kind of not be as bothered by it. I mean, this is way worse than anything I've ever dealt with. But I say, like, you can't come and drink around my kid. You can't come and accuse my husband of things around my kid. You can't. If you want to be in my life and you want to be around my child and your granddaughter, you can't do this shit.
That's
I think
what we
there's
need.
just like you have very legitimate reasons to say this. And if she chooses to be mad at you or leave your life, let her do that for a little while. I think she'll come back around.
See, I think this would be easier if it said my mom is an alcoholic. But it's like my mom is a psychopath, which means when she's
just
not drinking, is she still as
She's
fucking
emotionally
crazy?
unstable. It sounds like she's undiagnosed of something.
I think that's a
probably,
great spot to start. Like, hey, you can't drink around my kids. But I don't know if she's crazy
in general
all the time. But I was watching this show on Netflix the other day, and this woman asked this guy, like, what, I forget the question, but like, you know, what boggles you most about the world or whatever? And he's like, people know what's good for them, and then they don't do it. Like, they do the opposite. And it's just
Of course.
constant. And that, to me, it's like, I'm real good at doing what's good for me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I see two things, and I
You
go, I
are.
know this negatively affects my life, and this is good. And I go with the good. Like
I
you
know.
said, I'm too, what's the word?
Rational
Yeah, like I'm too rational sometimes where
or
I'm like,
practical.
hey.
You're just like,
I'm like, that thing
you're a
is
fact
bad and this
guy.
thing is good. So, you know, where other people are like, yeah, but I need, you know, she has to see her, like, it's like, oh, she has to see her granddaughter. It's like, so what? So her granddaughter could say she's a psychopath in fucking 20 years? Like that.
Well, look, also mom's clearly, like you said, she's emotionally unstable, your words. I think that you can preface by being like, I am sorry that you have had, I mean, she was abused by her father. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing in the world. I think you can say, like, I'm so sorry that these things happen to you and you get triggered. I'm happy to talk about this with you, but you can't place blame on my husband or me or my family or anything. It's not anyone's fault here that what you suffered from. So I think there's like there has to be some like playing field that you can have of communication if and when you're ready to. But I think firm boundaries have to be set immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for her, but I also resent her because she still gets to drink and I don't. So,
The
well,
mom?
that's an episode.
The mom?
Yeah, you know.
Maybe
sometimes I
we
get
should have her
mad.
on as a guest.
Yeah, okay. I'm down. Tune in next week for Rachel's mom.
That's
Later,
right.
guys.
Can't wait.